Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Skin. It is 3 o'clock where I am, so I know it must be 3 o'clock EST where you are. Welcome to Sunday Skin. I am Age Graceful, otherwise known as Michelle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, today on the agenda, we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be interviewing someone named Lucy, who is transgender, and Lucy is going to be sharing her story. I am doing this interview as part of my Pride Month content. We didn't get a chance to do it in June, however, but Pride Month can be any month, right? So today we'll be doing the interview with Lucy. Lucy should be here about 3:15. I'm expecting for Lucy to arrive. When I see Lucy backstage, I'll bring her up on panel. But I just wanted to lay like some ground rules. Let me pull up my comments first. Chat. There we go. Hello. Wow. How are you? Welcome to the stream. And let's see, there was another one before that. Cool Gamer, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you both. Hello, Red, how are you? Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you, Red. Red is not only a valued friend, but she's also one of my moderators. And so I'm happy to see all of you. I am good. Nice to see you. It's nice to see you as well. Yep. So I wanted to wait a few moments and give people an opportunity to get into the live stream before we begin. Let's see. Hide that one. Let me pick up this one. Wow says hi to Red. Oh, thank you. You are looking beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment. That's so sweet of you. Okay, I'm going to leave that one highlighted so I can go to the next one as it rolls in. You guys have to have a little bit of patience with me. Again, I'm trying a new streaming app. This one is called Restream, and it was recommended by Opus. I don't know if you guys remember a few streams back, I was saying that I had difficulty getting into Opus. And so what happened is that Opus decided to branch out into doing editing tools to make like video clips. So they're supposed to have something called Opus Clip. I haven't seen it in the App Store, but maybe it'll be along a little bit later. I'm not certain. So that was a surprise to me, but Opus did recommend Restream. So I say, well, let me give it a shot because I have been having a little bit of trouble from StreamYard on occasion. Not all the time, but sometimes. Let's see. Oh, we're December is speaking back to wow. Hey, Mr. G, welcome to the live. Positive Bluebird. Hey, Laura. Hello. I'm listening and multitasking. Okay. Well, you're famous for that. I welcome you to the live. Thank you so much for being a support. So, what I wanted to say before we get started is that we'll give Lucy an opportunity to talk first and to tell her story and give her perspective. And then, if there's any questions, we'll have the questions to be held until the end. And I'm just going to ask that everyone be respectful. If you're not respectful, I will have to boot you from the live. And I really hate to do that because we're all adults. Um, this is a sensitive topic for a lot of people. Some people don't understand, and I think that education is everything. You can learn a lot when you listen to people. And as I talked to Lucy while we were setting up this live, Lucy told me or shared with me a lot of things, a lot of information, and it just made me pause and kind of, think, you know, what Lucy might have thought or how Lucy felt. But anyway, I'm going to give Lucy an opportunity to share with you with what she shared with me. I do have a few questions, to kind of get things going on a natural flow. Let me go back up here to my comments, pick up the next one. Red says hi to Positive Bluebird. And Positive Bluebird is loving on Red. I am here. Hey, V, Simply You Makeup channel. Welcome. V is another good friend and a moderator as well. V says hello to everyone in the chat. Laura says, so long as I or my son are not brought up as my son is gay and daughter is. Bye. What do you mean, Laura? This is just an interview with Lucy. If you could kind of elaborate on that a little bit. Lucy shared her thoughts to me on her page in private. Oh, I'm quite sure that Lucy wouldn't do that. I don't think so. But when Lucy gets here, I'll, make that clear and known that that should not occur because that's between you guys. Just like when you tell me things, and that's in terms of all of you guys have shared things with me and they haven't gone any further. And that's just the type of person that I am. And that's as an adult, that's how we should be. You should never share any information on people or health statuses or anything like that without their express permission. That is wrong. So uh, when Lucy gets here, or in fact, I can text her. Well, I can wait till she gets here. I'll wait because I don't. It'll just be a couple of minutes. I don't think that that would happen. Laura says, "Happy blessed Sunday," and happy blessed Sunday to you too, Laura. So, I'm going to ask a question, just as a little poll. I already know about Laura's children, but does anybody else have someone in their family that identifies with LGBTQ? And then I think now there's also plus, because you have to include non-binary, and a lot of people don't know what that is. And I don't know that that might be a topic for another day, but just to make it plain and simple, non-binary does not identify with either female or male. Red says, my great uncle, who is 96. Really? Okay. And Laura's smiling and happy. That's good. I want you to stay that way too. Smiling and happy. Yep, 96 years old. So can you imagine what it would be like for your uncle almost I'm gonna say 80 years ago or 75 years ago, when he was an adolescent, and what he had to go through in life, um, being a gay person, um, and a lot of times back then, definitely it was in the closet. But things now are so open and out there, so many activists and different communities. And so we have to learn to live together and in harmony. And I've never, ever been a judge of people. That's not my position in life. When I was in high school, I was in drama class, choir, performing arts. And so a lot of times, gay people are kind of like drawn to performing arts. And I had two friends, two males, and they were gay, and nobody liked them. And they were so much fun. They were my friends. I accepted them for who they were. and they were able to relax and be themselves around me. We would crack jokes, just have fun. They were like any other teenagers, except for the fact that they were gay. And so all my life, I've known gay people coming up through the years, people who live together as a couple. I've never, at least to my knowledge, known a transgender up until I was in my 20s. And this was a friend of my husband's at the time, my son's father, who worked in the plant. And he met his friend in the plant. And his friend and I shared the same month for birthdays. So we were really close and we would party together all the time. And after I separated from my children's father, I continued my friendship with this gentleman. And one day he was over and he was like, Michelle, I need your help. And I'm like, what's going on? And he said, I really want to dress like a woman. Can you give me a dress? Can you help me and give me a wig and put makeup on me? And I'm like, looking at him, I'm like, are you serious right now? Because I've known him to be a man all these years. He's, gone to parties with us and dated even a couple of my girlfriends. He had been married at one time and had a son. He only had one child, but at this particular moment in his life, he was alone. He was single. And he kept asking and kept asking because at first I didn't feel comfortable with it. I didn't understand it. And he was like, please help me do it. And it was like breaking his heart almost to have this help. Um, so I decided I would help him. I said, but you have to wait until my sons are asleep. And once they go to bed, then I'll help you. And I gave him a dress because we were like similar in size. Gave him a dress. I gave him some shoes and a wig and made up his face. And he left my house and he went to the bus line, got on the bus, and ended up going to like it wasn't like a huge club, but I would just say like a neighborhood bar. And he went into the bar. He told me, and he sat there and he talked to men. And I don't know if the men knew who he was or what he was, or if they even cared, because that's another issue, is that there are a lot of men that we think are straight, but in private, depending on who the transgender female is, they will go behind closed doors with that person. And I don't know how far he went with his journey with it. I just know that I did help him. And when he left my house, he was so happy and, just felt so different. And I've never helped anybody else besides him, but it's just something that I'll never forget, you know, because I was in my 20s. And so that was a long time ago, and he's deceased now. He was sickly, and I miss him as my friend. But I could say that out the goodness of my heart, I did help him to fulfill um, something that he wanted to do. And as I said, this was um, supposed to be some content that I wanted to do for Pride Month, but we're doing it now in July. Let me go to the next comment here. Um, V says, I have two very good friends that are gay. Okay. Hey Max, how you doing, sweetie? Blessings, everyone. Bless you. It's so good to see you. Thank you for the support. And V says hello to Max as well. Yep. Let's see. What is the holdup? Because it's 3:21 and they should be here by now. Let me check my Instagram. Make sure everything is okay. Okay. Lucy's on. Hmm. Okay, well, hopefully in a couple of minutes, Lucy will be here. And V says hello to Max. Oh, goodness. Excuse me for one moment. Let's see. I apologize, guys. I'm waiting for Lucy to text me back. Apparently, there's been a mix up with the time. I'm waiting for her to respond. I believe that Lucy is CST time. And in my communications, I believe that I told Lucy EST time. So I'm just waiting now to see what she's going to say. Hey, Faye, how are you? Welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you for the support. And V says hello to Faye. Yep, but okay, so I got information from Lucy. Lucy needs 30 minutes. So what do you guys think I should do? Close this live and come back in 30 minutes? Or continue? And we just move on to something else until that time. I hate to take up people's time like that. I messaged Lucy and asked if she's okay. Yeah, I did. I did, Laura. We could do it like that. We could do it like that. You want to? I'm great doing some recording today. Okay. Well, you were smart. Yes, I did too, Laura. Thank you. If V says hello to Laura, who is positive bluebird. Red. I'm sorry, guys. Is that what you want to do, Red? And I could just kind of reverse everything. Well, this is live streaming. Lucy hearted it that would be okay. So if you're listening in the background, come up. Yep, I just wanted to check with Lucy about everything because during this entire process, I really, 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 it was important for me to be respectful of Lucy's feelings and try to include her in all the decision making. And Laura says, hello, simply you. Okay, guys. So I'm going to add Red December now. Thank you for being patient. Hey, Red.
Hi, Michelle.
How you doing?
I'm doing real good.
Can you speak up a little bit louder?
Yes. Can, is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
I can't see you. I just see myself, but that's okay.
Hmm.
But
Okay, let me
I can hear you good.
let me do this. Can you see me now?
No? Oops. Oh, I see. Okay, I had to move. I do now. I had
Okay.
to move it up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome, Red December, to Sunday Skin, where we're interviewing Lucy today. So, this is kind of like in reverse of how it was supposed to go. But until Lucy is ready, we're just going to do it this way. And I guess everybody's wondering why Red is up here. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take myself out to give you the full box. And
Oh,
then,
really?
yeah, and I'm going to have you to explain why you are a part of this process.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I am very honored uh, to be Lucy's friend and mentor. It was approximately 3 months ago or so. She contacted me. We were in contact anyway because we were friends. And we met each other in Adventures of Senia's live stream probably about 2 years ago. And if you don't know what that originally was a makeup channel. And that's when Lucy was the YouTuber Lucas Warren's World, and she has since changed her name to Lucy Warren's World. So we met and in the chat, and we realized that we were both from Minnesota. And so And so it's very unusual to find fellow YouTubers in Minnesota. There are not a lot of YouTubers here in this state. So we stayed in contact, and Lucy did live streams and so on, and we stayed in contact, and then we would chat on Instagram, and I would follow her channel and she would follow mine. We have an interest in animals. She has a pug named Xena, and I have 3 dogs. So we had that mutual interest, and I don't know how I don't know how we kind of fell into each other's DMs. I think what it was is so she used to have do a lot with gaming, and I got to know her that way. And I think I went into her DMs because we were talking about something personal. So, at any rate, I want to say, and Lucy, it may have been longer than 3 months, but around 3 months ago or so, we were having this conversation, and she was thinking about how she was, thinking about trying to come out. So we were having that whole discussion, and I would hear different things, and I always supported her. And so she said, "Hey, I know that you're, really good with makeup." And so on my Red December '02 channel, I would have some style with clothing and makeup in my videos. And she and I both liked goth. That's kind of what we would focus on. We like black. And she said she was curious to know, she wanted my opinion in knowing what good makeup products that she could create for a goth look. And honestly, I learned a lot about makeup through watching Aged Graceful and her makeup tutorials throughout the years. And so I knew exactly what would be real good to create some looks for her and what makeup to buy. So I went a little step further, and I wanted to surprise her. So I put together a little makeup starter kit. So we had her, foundation and her concealer, her whole all the makeup that she would need. But specifically because she liked black, she wanted, I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this, but she wanted black lipstick. And so I had different products that I knew about. And not everyone would know that. Obviously, if you're going to wear a black lipstick, you want it to stay put. So anyways, I had bought a little starter kit, and one of the things that was in the starter kit, there's a little glare, but this is the LA Girl Pro Jewels. And so I got her one and myself one. And I know she liked, really at the time, she really liked black and wanted to do the goth. So there was a little black there, but I would have her, experiment a little bit as well with some of the other colors. So anyway, I said, hey, I let her know that I had a surprise for her, and I got her a little starter kit. And I asked her her address, and I'd like to mail it to her. And she said, better yet, would you like to meet up? Well, so we got to meet up. She got to come to my house, And so we would spend different weekends together, her learning about more about makeup and creating a style that she liked. Because she had really nothing, no makeup, no clothes. She kind of knew what she wanted, but and I had a little sense of what I thought she would like, but how it turned out, it was she created kind of her own style. Well, I have about 3 closets full of clothing, and we she played dress up. I had different choices for her. We would go shopping together. I would say, oh, I think this, these pair of tights may look really cute with that skirt, and so on like that. And I told her about, and I'm sure all of the ladies in the stream know about the Shein website. So she got some clothes off Shein a few times. But yeah, it was just a big honor. She's such a sweet person. And I was completely honored because, I was raised in the 90s and I have lots of experience with makeup. That I have collected and won and gotten makeup from in different giveaways or as gifts from Age Graceful and different makeup channels. And so I was very, very honored that she contacted me, wanting me to help her with her makeup and her hair and her wardrobe. So And then we got to go to Pride. That was a few weeks ago in Minneapolis together, and we had a blast. So I kind of got to see her full circle with her, first having, I guess, as she said, this was always ingrained in her. She has been thinking about this for a long time, but I got to see, from the beginning to end, and how Lucy is just completely blossoming into this beautiful. She's so gorgeous, and her style. And one of the things, I hope she doesn't mind me bringing some of these things up, but it was like not only with your makeup and your whole, well, what image do you want to portray as a lady? And Lucy wants to portray. I really like her style and the type of image that she wants to portray. She has the dresses that she has gravitated towards are long dresses that go below the knee. So they have a little conservative and very feminine style to them. And the other thing is, if she originally had the goth in her, and the original clothes she had were all black. And I don't know if Michelle may notice that I used to wear all black and do my makeup in black. And Age Graceful had said to me, I think it would look really good in different colors. So you can see here, like I have the blue on today with the red lipstick. And I'm really happy to report that Lucy not only likes the goth look, she also is getting into different styles besides that too, to try out. So that's fabulous. Yeah, so we've been doing little video chats because we have the same palette, and I'm just teaching her different skills, and then she'll send me pictures, and she really likes my opinion. And I think eventually, she says, I'm her mentor and friend, and I think eventually she's she's getting the confidence um, to just do more experimenting. But right now, she really wants my opinion. And I think it's really good in the beginning to be like, okay, look at this. And then she'll take a picture and she'll say with the makeup, and she says, can you critique? What does this look like? And I have to tell you, I'm bitterly very honest with it. And I'll tell her, if it doesn't look good or if she can improve with something like that. And one of my favorite things is, if you can imagine, if somebody had never done lipstick before, I had a little technique for her to like have a flawless lip you kind of do a little pout and you put your lipstick here and then you go like this with your lips, and it creates a beautiful, pout. So I have lots of different things, angles, and yeah, so that's my story. The beautiful Lucy, and you're gonna love meeting her. And she is the sweetest person. I have nothing but wonderful things to say about her. And also, please support her channel, Lucy Warren's World. She does talk about her story and her transitioning, and she's going to do more videos about it. So, yeah.
Okay, Red. So I wanted you to have an opportunity to tell everyone how you had assisted Lucy with the makeup and hair and her style of dressing, her clothing. But I had a question or two for you. I wanted to know what went across your mind uh, when Lucas came to you and said that Lucas wanted to be Lucy. What were your initial thoughts?
Oh, trying to think. Well, it was a little bit gradual. At first, she she was I don't know if we hadn't talked, so I don't know if she minds me saying this, but she was talking about how she was a femboy. And so it's a feminine male. So I think that knowing that, maybe the shock factor, I she told me about that, and I understood that. And then I know there's so many conversations about, well, do you want, I didn't know the difference between, because she was educating me, the difference between a femboy and then actually transitioning. And I was like, well, are you sure? Of course, she knows that she was sure, but I guess I was unsure that she was sure. So she had thought about. She said to me from when she was little in her story that she told on her YouTube channel, she used to dress like a girl. So this was all she was doing, is being her true, authentic self. You know.
Okay. So once you guys got started, could you immediately think to like what products you would want to use with Lucy, or did you have to put some time into it to come up with the products that you wanted to use?
So when Lucy was she liked goth, and she was a femboy, and I guess years ago, She used to do a black lip and she used to do black eyeliner. And so that's what she had been accustomed to. And so I put together some products because I, if you're using black, as you know, anytime you use the black shadow or an eyeliner, it's very important that you have a very good product that's not going to run down your face. Because black can get out of control
Yes, it can real easily. But
very easily.
yeah, Lucy is backstage, so
Okay,
I'm going
I'm
to.
gonna leave then, or should I leave then? And then she
You
can come
can for
on?
a moment, and then I can pull you back up.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
leave then. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Red.
Mhm.
Okay, everyone. Lucy is here. So I'm going to now add Lucy to the panel. So everybody, welcome Lucy.
Hi, I'm
Hey,
Lucy.
Lucy, how are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah,
Great.
sorry about getting on here late. I was thinking like I think I was thinking the opposite. Like I was supposed to be like I had until 4:15. I was
Now,
probably I
you
was thinking like
are
you're on the other side of the country.
okay. You're CST
Yeah, Central
time.
Standard Time.
Okay. Yeah, because I know,
Yeah.
because I even went back through our communications and I did put that it was EST. I
Yeah,
said,
I
y'all
was
leave that.
thinking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's one
Well,
thing because you never know where people live at. So you want to make
yeah.
certain that is clear. So,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Okay, so I'm here
it's
now.
good to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be here. So I want to start because I did come in here right when Red was talking about like what the difference between like what a femboy is and what a trans is. I just want to
Okay.
just start with that. So I guess I was always like a trans, like to me like a femboy is like kind of like she said, like a feminine male, like a boy that's dressed in lingerie, I guess. But I was never really like that. I was just trans. I've always been like that's always been in my soul. I always thought like I think I thought like femboy was trans, but I think it's different. So I'm just trans. I think that's where the confusion was with what me and Red were talking about there, and even I was confused at first. So we
Okay.
so we kind of had to learn together what that meant.
Okay. I was looking back at like some of the questions that we had talked about
Yeah,
previously. And since you were a little bit late, everybody already knows that you were Lucas before you
yeah,
became Lucy. Um, let's see. And she talked about how you guys, met up because you were from the same state.
yeah. We actually met at Mall of America.
Right.
That's the
Yep.
first time
That's
we
what I
met.
had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and well, I've always well. Here's the thing, like even since I'm just gonna start out my story as this. So I remember like ever since I was 5 years old, I always wanted to wear dresses and do feminine things. I always like I even tried like wearing my mom's high heels, even though like when you're 5, 6, or 7, like they're too big for you.
Mhm.
Um, but I remember like when I was 18, I came out as a gay man. So let's see, let's forward maybe like 6 to 18, that's like 12 years. It took me just as long as it did for how society is to program me to be something as, society thinks that you should be, not that you want to be. It took
Mhm.
me just as long as that programming to unprogram me because like 12 years later after 18, I'm 30 and now I'm my true authentic self. So if that makes sense, it took me just as long to get unprogrammed than it did to get me programmed.
So you feel as though being a boy was something that was programmed into you.
Yeah, like if things were just, happen naturally, I would, and everybody was accepting, and we didn't have like a really judgmental society. Um, yeah, I guarantee you I would have been trans all my life. Because I remember like I wasn't allowed to wear dresses like to school, for example, or have anything feminine. Um, and also my hair was forced buzzed off. I remember having such a fit about it. I was threatened to be grounded. I remember when I can't remember, but I vaguely remember being threatened to be grounded like at 5, 6, or 7 years old if my hair wasn't cut short.
Do you have any sisters?
No, I'm the only. Well, no, we don't have any sisters. A from a child of 3, so I have 2 other brothers. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to
Okay,
think of the
you have
words.
2 other siblings, but they're
Yeah,
male.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Hmm. So
So when you were younger, you say you weren't allowed to wear a dress. Was there any
no,
point in your life when you were a child that you asked your mom, could you
I
wear a dress?
I remember I can't remember that, but I do remember. Well, like I said, I remember wearing like adult T-shirts as dresses to get creative.
Yeah,
I
you
I may
told
I
me.
may have I may have asked them. I can't remember, but I did. I always remember saying to my mom and my dad, I always wanted to be a girl. Like I want to
You
be a
do
girl.
remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember saying I want to be a girl, but then I guess they kind of made. They probably don't remember this, but they kind of made fun of me about it. So I kind of just, instead of like saying I want to be a girl, I just say I pretend to be a girl.
So that was their response, was to,
Yeah, and well, also too, like almost like maybe like a threat in a way. But I mean, as a child, like they would call the doctor to have your private part removed if you want to be a girl. I don't think were serious about that, but to be,
right, right.
you
But
know,
something to
to
try to scare you.
yeah, yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. And can you explain to the viewers how that made you feel?
Well, it made me feel trapped. Like I didn't know what to do, so I had no choice. When you're a child, you don't have a choice. You don't have a mind of your own to speak up for yourself, because you don't know what to say. Your vocabulary is typically pretty low when you're that young.
Mhm.
So I guess that's where the programming started, of me being forced to be something like I'm really not. And honestly, I think that has a lot to do with like my panic and anxiety disorders. Because like when you force someone to be something like that's, so because that's what's unnatural. If you're forcing someone to be something that they're really not,
Mhm.
especially at a young age, it's gonna mess you up psychologically later in life. And that's just based on my personal experience. I'm an example of what I'm talking about here, from being a trans and how difficult it is, and being suppressed and programmed.
So, did your parents ever try to take you for counseling when you were a child?
Mm-mm, no,
Okay.
I kind of just had to go with it. And then eventually, like I guess I forgot who I was. And then when I came out as gay, I thought I knew who I was, but really, this is who I am and always have been. But I will
Okay.
say, like when I came out, I do believe that was the beginning of even though I didn't think I was trans, or even a million years I thought I would be, that was like still like at least subconsciously, like the beginning of my unprogramming when I came out as a gay man. I do remember it was only like maybe a few years after that I really started wearing fingernail polish and hair clips. Not all the time, but sometimes, but also, also gender neutral clothing. I still thought I was, male, because that's how, it was programmed to be, um, but over time, I, really found my true authentic self again, someone who I was always meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's really my story right there.
Okay, so I see you have on a black dress, and I believe in the
Yeah.
thumbnail, it might have been the same dress.
No, actually, that's a little different.
Okay.
It's, yeah, it has longer sleeves. This is
Oh,
actually something I didn't wear yet. I got these from Shein.
oh,
I got these dresses from Shein.
okay.
And
All right.
I am wearing it's like a natural foundation like sunscreen, like it's not as toxic for your skin. But I mean, I didn't have time to like powder my face. I don't
Okay.
think you can even see the 5 o'clock shadow, can you?
No,
No, at least not in camera. So,
no. Uh-oh, what's going on? I guess I have
oh,
to wiggle my screen around a little bit. My screen thought that I wasn't doing anything. um,
and this is the makeup I have on today, if you can see it on my eyes.
I can see like a shimmer type
Mhm.
shadow.
Yeah, like silver and gold in the corners.
Okay, what are some of your favorite colors now to wear in terms of eyeshadow?
Well, I would like to wear black, but I did come in like when Red was saying that because black is kind of like a difficult color. Like if you mess up, you're kind of screwed.
Hmm. That's why I avoid it.
But yeah, I do have lipstick that blends in well too. Like I don't know if you can see it. It's like a glitter lipstick. I actually got this from Xenia. I got
Okay, she is so
mhm.
sweet. So
Yeah,
sweet.
she sent me like a box of things. Like she was so sweet.
Yeah, I like Xenia a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I'm
she does the warrior chant for me, like la 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 la, because of Xena.
I like when she does that. So can you tell me or tell us what made you feel comfortable enough to approach Red with assistance?
I just got like a really good vibe from her. Like I knew she wouldn't like judge me or anything, and that she would even help me, through that, through my transition. But honestly, like, even though Fred is a great friend, and I love her to death, but I if it wasn't for Red, I knew I would have came out like or found came out as my true authentic self another way.
Mhm. But you felt confident in her
Hmm.
that she would be an adult, not
Yeah.
ridicule you or tease you,
Right.
someone, a confidant,
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
trusted.
And I think maybe like I mean for what I believe, like I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. Like
Mhm.
maybe it was like meant to be like how things happen in place and it was meant to happen that way. I don't know. I think maybe that's how it is. Like I was meant to meet Red for this reason. And we can help
Okay.
each other out.
Now, I wanted to touch a little bit on, and we talked about this because you said you felt programmed and you had
Mhm.
to deprogram.
Yeah,
So,
right.
can you explain from your perspective
Hmm.
how you feel it affects a child who feels like they're trapped in the wrong sex and that they should be opposite of what they are?
Yeah, so it for for me, like I think that's a lot of has to do with like where my panic and anxiety comes from, and like I'm psychologically damaged from that. And you gotta believe it's like people gotta put in, and I don't mean to put anybody's like beliefs down, but for the sake of your child, that's what's really unnatural if you force them to be something that they're not. And
That's what I wanted to get more into.
yeah, and for my advice to parents is, if your child feels a different way, you need to put your religious beliefs aside and let your child be happy in who they want to be. As instead of instead of like trying to use your beliefs. Sorry, it's windy here. To use your beliefs to force your child to be something that they're not.
And at the
Because
same time, you know that there will be people who will
Mhm.
say, no, you should put what you think to the side, that that will not agree with you.
Yeah,
But from your perspective, you believe that it could be damaging to a
yeah.
child.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not saying like you don't have to believe what you want to believe, but for the sake of your child, you need to put your beliefs aside and not go according to your beliefs on how your child should live. If your child wants to be like the opposite sex, let them, or dress how they want to dress. Like, because I wish I would have had that opportunity. If I would have done it over again, I would absolutely would have wanted that opportunity if society let it.
Yeah, we kind of touched on that uh, when you were a child was a different time than it is now. A couple of
Yeah,
decades have passed.
yeah. I
Certain
was in the
things are
'90s.
a little bit more, people are aware of things a little
Yeah,
bit
right.
more. I'm not going to say they're accepting, but at least they're aware.
Yeah, right.
And do you
That's
think
true.
that there should be like where I used to live, another city called Oak Park, they had like this community center that was in a town that a lot of gay people lived in, and it was a place that um, gay, transgender, whoever, they could come and they could just be themselves and feel comfortable and get support. They had a lot of services for those people.
Right.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that there should be more community resources in place? Like, say, if you had a place to go to
Mhm.
like that, would you have gone?
Um, I don't know. Maybe like I really don't know. I probably. Um, but you see, like I grew up in a rural area, and I don't know if there's anything like that even now in a rural area.
That's a huge difference. Excuse me for 1 second. I see someone else has come in. Hello, Angie. I always like to tell my guests hello if I see their names pop up. I hate to ignore people.
Oh,
Welcome and
I
thank
understand.
you. Yeah, thank you for supporting the live, Angie. I appreciate that. Yep.
So
I
yeah, I
just
grew up.
in a
Yeah, I
rural
grew.
area. Okay.
I grew up in a rural area. So, and even now, you don't see that. Like, you don't see like community centers for that, like specifically for LGBTQ people. And even now, like, there's still a lot of closed-minded people in rural areas. Even though like things might be getting better, there's still a lot of progress to be made. To, and it's not like I'm gonna go to every store and say, "Hey, I'm trans" or anything like that. It's like, I do keep my business to myself. I just, be myself.
Mhm.
Um, and that's what it should be about, not being about like, I mean, you can be proud for who you are, but you don't need to announce it to the world necessarily, right?
Right. So, since you're in a rural area,
Well, I grew up in a rural area, I should say.
Oh, okay. That's why I was wondering if you were still there or not.
No,
Okay. No. Okay.
I'm in a suburb of Minneapolis.
Okay.
Hmm.
So how is that different for your life?
A lot of more people are way open minded as well, especially when you get into Minneapolis. Like people are really open minded than a rural area. Um, I mean, there's pros and cons to being in city and in a rural area, but honestly, like I prefer to live in a city than a up in a rural area out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Well, there's
Yeah.
more to see and there's more open minded people, even though there's probably more crime. But for me, it makes me happier than to be around close-minded people. I'm just going to be honest. There's still a lot of close-minded people out in rural areas.
Right. Now, do you have employment outside of YouTube? Do you go to a physical job daily?
For me, like, no,
No. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. I was going to ask, how work would be like if you went as Lucas or Lucy, but you don't. And I
no,
don't think we had discussed that. That was something that was on my mind.
yeah. And I think that's another reason, like, why I don't work too, because of panic and anxiety disorders.
Okay.
Um, being, I mean, I'm not saying like, I don't know. It's just, it is. I'm just gonna say it's harder for people that are like me. But I mean, we all
Hmm.
have our issues. I understand that. So, but I
Okay.
mean, I am trying to find a different way, like with YouTube, for example.
Okay. So, what I think we also discussed, and I want people to understand the difference. We had also discussed about like sex reassignment,
Right,
but
right,
you said that no, you were perfectly fine
right.
with keeping the organs that you were born with.
Yes, yes.
So, can you kind of explain where the cutoff is there?
Well, I mean, everybody. It's personal for everybody, uh, depending on what they want. But I guess, well, when it comes to like children, like because those are big irreversible decisions that you want that you
Mhm.
can like you can't go back from it.
Right.
But at the same time, like when people like are, and I'm no doctor, I just want to put that out there. I'm no doctor, but when you start hormones, when before you start puberty, um, and this is just what I think. I don't know for sure, but I think that determines like what your bone structure is going to be and how tall you're going to be, depending on what sex you want to look like. Um, so I can see why children, if they feel a different way, they would want to take hormones, which I'm okay with. Like I would agree with that. Like I would like support a child like if they want to do that. But also at the same time, I would wait till they're at least 18 or maybe 21, but definitely 18 if they really really want to have that sex reassignment surgery
Hmm.
because they have to be absolutely sure if they want
Right.
that.
That's a huge decision. And I know, like, say, for instance, I know a few people that are transgender and they wanted to be female very badly at a young age.
Hmm.
And some have run away, and worked, found their own doctors who agreed to give them hormones at an early age so that they can develop breast tissue and things
Right,
like that, and to cut down on hair growth.
right,
Are you were talking about a 5 o'clock shadow? So do you
right.
shave, or are you presently taking any hormones to kind of like keep the hair off your
Well, I'm not
complexion?
I'm not taking any hormones. And well, for me personally, and this happens to a lot of girls, like, well, their sex drive likely will go like way down. If you're on hormones and you're on like testosterone blockers, you have like even less testosterone than cis women do.
Mm,
And I mean,
okay.
that's what I've been told. Um, so, but for my hair removal, I'm using this IPL laser. And after the fourth session, which will be in about 2 weeks, I'll be doing it once a week on my whole body where there's hair. And I've been doing that, and hopefully, I will start to really see results on my face, my tummy, my legs, my arms, everywhere.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
All right then. So hormones is not something you want to do.
No.
Sex reassignment is not what you want to do. You just want to be able to live in the skin you're in, but
Yeah.
as a feminine
Yeah.
type person.
Yeah. Well, like a trans woman. But
Right.
let's face it, this is the body I got. I'm not getting another body. So anything I mess up on, I live with that. I have to live with that.
Exactly. And some people, their sex reassignment goes okay. Others get like infections and
And some
have
of
a
them
lot
can't
of
have.
complications and things afterwards. So you
Yeah.
really have to make an informed decision. Some people, like the ones who run away and want to like go really quickly to get what they want and get the BBLs, get the butts and the boobs and get
Yep.
ribs removed and all of that type of thing. Sometimes they pay for it after, and
Mhm.
then they might not even have the money to get the right type of doctor, and they get uh, something that ends up botched.
Yeah, and that's not good. Um, but I did hear like I think even in Minnesota and maybe in some states, and it depends on your insurance, that they do actually cover hormone and I think maybe even reassignment surgery, but not every state does that.
Okay.
Like people would have to look into their state to see if what if they're wanting to do that, if their insurance would cover that.
Wow, and that's sort of surprising that some insurances would pay, for that type of surgery.
Yeah, I was surprised about that too.
Yeah, it just was making me think, about this abortion issue right now. And it's not so much insurance, it's the politicians and things like that
Mhm.
that um, want to take women's rights away. And it
Mhm.
just seems like, come on now, the scales are
Well,
not even here.
and did you hear, did you see about, there was something about like businesses now have the right to turn down anybody that's part of the LGBT community if they know they are? Like,
No, I did not. I've been trying to keep up with certain things as best I can.
I can send you
And
the link to that later.
okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It seems like the rights that were given to gays for like marriage, they're trying to reverse even some of that.
yeah, that's not.
So,
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like what they're trying to do. Is it like for the church or is it for like civil? Because I mean, I'm good enough. I mean, this is just me personally. Like, I think I don't know if there's a difference between actual like religion marriage or civil marriage, because I think you would still get like the benefits of like from your spouse if you civilly marry.
mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if that's what they're talking about. I guess we would have to research more into that. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's my main concern.
So, do you have a group of friends where you live at now who are transgender?
No, I just got, well, the only friend that I really like talk to like locally is Red, that I have. well, that I have locally. But I
So
mean,
what do you do, for fun? How do
yeah,
you
for fun.
entertain yourself?
Yeah, like for fun, like well, I make shorts on my YouTube. Like I make like I have them scheduled. I make 5 a day. I make gaming shorts. I make shorts of my pets. I mean, 5 a day might not seem a lot, but it's a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
that is a lot.
yeah, like 5 a day is. I mean, when you have to go take videos of things like your pets
Mhm.
and your gaming, and then you have to
Edit and all and
edit,
upload.
edit, yeah, edit and hashtag it and all that stuff.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot. I remember when I first started YouTube, I was like, I could do YouTube every day. But the older I've gotten, and especially since I've become disabled, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And my heart was really into it, but it's a lot of work. YouTube
W-
is more work than going to a physical job every day, to
Well,
me at least.
like I love it. Like what I'm trying to do now is like get ahead enough on my shorts that I'll start to like really network again.
Okay.
And I actually did a video, an unboxing video that unboxing I got from Xenia that
Mm-hmm.
I still have to edit and put together, and that should
Okay.
be out next week.
Okay. And you have a pretty nice size following. You've been on YouTube for how long now?
I want to say like a couple years maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just I just hit 5K.
Okay. Well, that's nice size. You
Yeah,
you have
and
some
just keep on.
people. You
Yeah,
have
I just keep
to
on
give
grouping.
yourself a pat on the back
Hey,
and applaud yourself for the things that you do. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, and my
so
channel is
you
like
have
pushing
to
2 million views.
give that.
I get a lot of views on my shorts.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Now, I know you've done the makeup and the
Hmm.
dresses. What about shoes? Has it
Well,
been
I haven't really done. Thing is, like I'm 5'10", and like
mhm.
high heels. Like unless I meet a man that's like 6'5" or 6'6", then maybe I'll wear high heels. But um, I guess I'm not really into high heels because I'm already tall as it is.
Okay. Well, I think I'm taller than you. I'm 5'11".
Oh, real? Oh, you're tall too.
Yes, I am. Yep, I got my
Oh,
height after my dad.
I'm trying to block the view of my dad.
Oh, okay. What did I want to ask you? So you don't wear the shoes, and you were talking
No,
about man, which leads me into have you been talking to anyone? Are you interested in anyone, or is anyone interested in you?
I mean I'm on dating apps, and talking to guys, but um, I know when I first came out like as like really my true authentic self as trans, like like yeah, this one man was a jerk, a liar, cheater, and user and loser. Um,
They're
I think
out
what
there.
I think he saw that and took advantage of that.
That's terrible.
And there's things that he did that I can't even mention on here, but I can talk to you in private about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it your dream to meet a Mr. Right and to
Oh wait,
settle
hold on.
down?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Um, what you doing? Okay. Yeah. And actually, I think we're gonna have to end it because I kind of have to. I'm really sorry about this. Is there
Okay.
anything else that you want to discuss or talk about?
You know what? I was going to bring Red back up, and then we kind of like kind of like the conversation flow and give people an opportunity to ask questions.
Okay,
But
yeah.
at this point, if people have questions, please put them into my comment section within the video. And then what we could do is we can reschedule and have you come back.
Yeah, we can do that. Like a part 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
All
That
right.
sounds great.
Yeah, okay. But I have to,
Okay.
because there's things going on here, and yeah, I thought I had it all under control here.
Okay, Lucy, I understand. I appreciate your sitting with me this afternoon and being so open and honest.
Yes. All
Okay.
right. Until next time. Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
Oh, no problem. You take care.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. And Red, if you would like to come back up for any final words, you're welcome to come back up. So let me look at my comments here. Hey, Manuela, how are you? So, Laura says, I believe hormones should be given when a child is at least 18. Brain isn't fully developed as is at age 25. Okay. That's the same thing Lucy was saying, that she believes that hormones should be given later in life when the child is old enough to make their own decisions legally. Um, that's for private owner businesses. That case was in the Colorado Supreme Court. Okay. Okay. Yes, Red. It's for private owners to make that decision versus a chain. I support it 100. Chain related. We're an equal opportunity employer state. Okay, Red is back. I'm going to add her back to the stream. Hey.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm filming in a little different area of the house because I noticed it was not clear when I was on the porch. So hopefully this will be better. I'm closer to my internet box. Oh, guess
Oh,
the one
okay.
behind me. You wouldn't believe what?
Who is it? Lyric. Hey, Lyric. How are you?
She got a
Red,
bath. She got a
Red loves
bath
her
and
animals.
she got her toenails clipped. So she had a little spa.
Oh, okay. Spa day for the puppies.
Yes.
So, Red, do you have anything that you would like to say in closing about your decision to help Lucy and how it has affected you?
Well, I I am so happy, first of all, just to have her as a friend, because she's my best friend. And also, so of course, is Laura is my bestie as well. But Lucy lives here in Minnesota, so we can see each other, and
Right.
it's such a blessing. And Lucy is making me even be a better version of myself as a cis woman, with taking care of myself with hair removal and making sure I have pretty clothes on too. and having my makeup on, And the other thing we talk about is girl things. We do girl things together and we talk about girl topics and how important it is when we find a man, we want a one that's very faithful.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Hmm. Yes,
Wow.
it is. So we keep each other accountable.
Well,
Hmm.
that's good that Lucy has you that she can depend on. You guys can get together as much as you want to. I saw the photos on Instagram when you guys went for Pride, uh, that festival that was there, and you both looked happy and like you were having a ball. And I
Yeah,
liked your
well,
eyeshadow.
there's about a 20 age gap between Lucy and I,
Right,
and
right.
it's bringing out my younger self. you know, I'd
Well,
like to say
you're
I'd like
actually
to
old enough to be Lucy's mom,
yeah,
really. You could have
really
given birth, so
yeah
I'm
yeah
quite
that
sure Lucy um, felt good that he could have like a friend and almost like a mother figure, someone who was accepting of
mhm.
who she wanted to be. How do you feel about that?
Well, absolutely. And I work at a place that we serve people of the LGBTQ community and I have friends and so on, but this was like basically I could practice what I've always believed in and there wasn't one time that I had hesitation on wanting to help her. I know it was a bit of a sticky situation because I knew this before her parents knew, and her coming to my house was a safe haven for her. And even one of the times I helped her because I had her makeup and she had a dress, and her parents didn't. Their parents at that point knew she wanted to transition, but they hadn't seen her like fully look like a female and be a female. And so Lucy said, "We're gonna do this together." So she came
Right.
out of my house and so it was like a little support system, but I was so happy to kind of bridge that gap for her. I think it was,
Right.
and for her, I think like wearing very feminine, beautiful clothes, like as a parent, I think it's very important if you love your child that that your child, if they're transition, you want them to look very beautiful and nice, and so that's what we did. And the other thing I didn't mention is Lucy told me I was the first person she told. And so I really wanted to make sure if I was the first person she told that she wanted to transition, I want whatever like it was a mirroring effect, and I wanted to just have very positive, safe vibes for her. And there was so much that happened within a very short amount of time. She first she changed from Lucas to Lucy on her YouTube channel. That was huge. So she told the whole world. I'm so proud of her for having the strength and how people now are watching her videos, and she's even coming on here and telling the stories like that is amazing.
Yeah. I, I remember you telling me after you helped her that day and her parents came to pick her up, and you thought or you felt like the mom was upset with you for helping her. How does she feel now? Do you
I
still feel like she's upset or
Well, it's not important as much of how if she. She. I don't. I think it's from what I've heard from Lucy. The mom is very accepting, and what she said is it was a little hard because she's always been accepting for other people, but because it was her own child, it was harder. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was yeah, so I want to, because when we went to the Mall of America, I met the parents and had a really good time, and I'd like to we'll probably do that again around Christmas time, and
Okay.
that'll be nice, to see,
Yeah.
because I want the parents to know, like, Lucy can be safe with me, you
Right.
know. Mhm.
Yeah. I know deep in their heart that they have to know that you have her best interest at heart, or else you would have never helped her. It's very important to you, just as important to you as it was, for Lucy. And I just think I have to laugh to myself because Red and I are the same sign, and we have so many things in common. And for us to have this in common, where we both helped someone uh, with their makeup and their clothing, was, it kind of tickled me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that we're both Sagittarius. We both like sparkle and shimmers.
We do. Yep. I love the bling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We do love
Red,
it.
I really appreciate you so very much for being a part of this process and kind of helping to guide Lucy around. And I'm sure that you'll be there for Lucy in the future if she should need anything else. And I see Lucy in these black dresses. I'm gonna give her a minute, but I want to see a different color dress the next time she comes back. Get into, even if it's uh, like a soft pink, like a blush pink or something like that. You
That'd be
know,
really pretty.
yeah, nothing. Real bold like red or royal blue or anything. I've been that color or softer. Yep,
Yeah,
that's so pretty. So
and then
pretty.
I have little rings on that are ice cream and candies and
Oh,
cupcakes.
okay. That is too cute. Too cute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming out today to support this live stream, to support Lucy, and just to hear what Lucy had to say about how she felt as a child. And I think, we learned a little bit. I think if Lucy comes back, she probably will be a little bit more comfortable, and we can talk about a few more uh, things that are in my head,
That's
questions
great.
that I have. But I kind of wanted to stick as closely to the script that was agreed upon prior to Lucy coming, because I don't like springing surprises on people. I don't think that's fair. And even though Lucy said I could ask anything I wanted to, I just wanted us to be, on the same page out of respect.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, everybody, thank you so much again for coming in for Sunday Skin. And you guys have a beautiful and safe evening and rest of your week. And I will see you again real soon. Okay. Take care. Good night. Thank you, V. I appreciate you.